Hello friends, welcome to this series in which we are discussing the multiple choice questions on Indian polity. Today we are going to discuss 10 multiple choice questions on emergency provisions of the Constitution of India. So this video series is an initiative of our academy, which is the Nimbus Academy. So you can download this app from the iOS or from the Google Play Store. You can also follow us on Facebook, and you can also join our Telegram channel. On our app and on the Telegram, you can get various free content, including the daily quiz, the daily current affairs, the mains practice questions, and various other videos on all the general studies and current affairs topics, absolutely for free of cost. So you can also WhatsApp us on this number to get free content. So let us start the multiple choice questions of today. The first question is, which of the following is not a valid ground for declaration of national emergency? The options are A. War, B. Armed rebellion, C. Internal disturbances, or D. External aggression. The correct answer is C. Internal disturbances. So the national emergency is of two types. One is the external emergency and the second one is the internal emergency. For external emergency, there are two grounds. One is war and the other one is external aggression. As far as internal emergency is concerned, there is only one ground, which is armed rebellion. So earlier, the ground for internal emergency was internal disturbances, but this ground was too vague and it was misused in certain circumstances. That's why it was changed by a constitutional amendment to armed rebellion. Second question. The resolution for approving the proclamation or continuance of national emergency needs to be passed by dash majority in the parliament. The options are A. Special majority, B. Simple majority, C. Effective majority, or D. Absolute majority. The correct answer is A. Special majority. So if a resolution has to be passed either for approving the proclamation or continuance of national emergency, it needs the approval of at least special majority in both the houses of parliament. Third question. If dash Lok Sabha members give written notice to the speaker, a special sitting within 14 days can be called to consider a resolution disapproving the continuation of national emergency. So what is the strength of Lok Sabha members who, if give written notice to the speaker, can summon a special sitting? The options are A. 2/3 members, B. 1/3 members, C. 1/10 members, or D. 1/6 members. The correct answer is C. 1/10 members. So if 1/10 members of Lok Sabha give a written notice to the speaker has to call a special sitting within 14 days to consider discontinuing the national emergency. So since there are a total of around 550 members in the Lok Sabha, 1/10 turns out to be around 55 Lok Sabha members. Fourth question. Which provision was hoped to be a dead letter of the Constitution by the makers of the Constitution? The options are A. Article 352, B. Article 356, C. Article 360, or D. Article 365. The correct answer is B. Article 356. So Article 356 talks about the state emergency, also known as the President's rule. Therefore, this particular provision was expected to be a dead letter of the Constitution, in the sense that it will not be used much. It will be used in the rarest of rare circumstances. However, as it turns out, in the last 70 years, this has become the most misused provisions of the Constitution, and the state emergency has been invoked more than 100 times in India till now. And out of that, a majority of such proclamations have been in political context and not in the context in which the founding fathers of the Constitution had thought it to be. Fifth question. What is the maximum time period for which a state emergency can continue even after repetitive renewals? The options are A. 6 months, B. 1 year, C. 2 years, or D. 3 years. Correct answer is D, 3 years. So a state emergency has to be renewed after every 6 months, and it can keep on renewing but to a maximum limit of 3 years. So after 3 years, a new resolution has to be passed and this emergency has to be invoked again. Sixth question, if a state emergency is to continue beyond 1 year, which authority must certify that conditions are not conducive to hold elections in the state? The options are A, the President of India, B, Supreme Court of India, C, Election Commission of India, or D, Governor of the state. The correct answer is C, the Election Commission of India. So the Election Commission of India must certify that the conditions are such that the state elections cannot be held. That is why there is a need for extending the state emergency beyond the period of 1 year. Seventh question, which amendment brought Article 356 within the purview of judicial review? Options are A, 38th Amendment, B, 44th Amendment, C, 24th Amendment, or D, 42nd Amendment. Correct answer is B, 44th Amendment. So by 38th Amendment, Article 356 or state emergency was taken out of the purview of judicial review. So in this 38th Amendment, it was held by the Parliament that judicial review is not applicable on Article 356. That is why judiciary cannot challenge the proclamation of state emergency. However, by 44th Amendment, after the government changed and Mr. Morarji Desai took over as the Prime Minister of India, he passed this amendment. He reversed what the previous amendment had done and he restored the judicial review of the Article 356. So it brought Article 356 again within the purview of judicial review. Eighth question, based on the Sarkaria Commission recommendations, the Supreme Court in S.R. Bommai case laid down cases for proper use of Article 356. Choose the incorrect ground. So you have to choose which of the following was not a fit ground for imposition of national emergency or state emergency. The options are A, no coalition commanding majority in the Legislative Assembly, B, internal subversion, C, physical breakdown, or D, none of the above. So since the question is asking for the incorrect statement, the answer is none of the above. So all these grounds were actually mentioned by the S.R. Bommai case for imposition of Article 356. Ninth question, choose the incorrect statement vis-a-vis financial emergency. The options are A, proclamation of financial emergency has to be approved by both the Houses of Parliament within 2 months. B, once approved, it continues indefinitely till revocation. C, the satisfaction of President in declaring financial emergency is beyond judicial review. Or D, financial emergency can be revoked by President at any time and does not require parliamentary approval. So the incorrect statement is C. The statement says the satisfaction of President in declaring the financial emergency is beyond judicial review, which is the incorrect statement. There is nothing that is beyond judicial review. It can of course be reviewed by the judiciary. All other three statements are correct. 10th and last question. The declaration of national emergency by the President requires options A, advice of the Prime Minister, B, advice of the Cabinet reviewed by the Supreme Court, C, written recommendation from the Union Cabinet, or D, any of the above. The correct answer is C, written recommendation of the Union Cabinet. So initially when the Constitution came into force, the provision was that the President can declare national emergency on the advice of the Prime Minister. However, this provision was supposedly misused by a Prime Minister in declaring emergency. That's why by 44th Amendment, a provision was made whereby a President can declare a national emergency only and only on the written recommendation from the Union Cabinet and not merely on the advice of the Prime Minister. So thank you everyone. You can watch more videos on our YouTube channel and please do follow us on Facebook and Join us on our Telegram app. Thank you for watching.